and I got to dance around this a little bit. This is relevant to something else that happened recently and why we can't just decide that we're going to put full trust in things. It doesn't mean we shouldn't do something if we think it's right for us, but trusting entities, especially ones with 3 letters and, you know, along those lines and, you know.
Medical headline, the FDA approving a controversial drug for a sleep condition?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And controversial in all caps, Amy. This is a drug that is basically GHB. In the 80s, people may remember this reputation as a, quote, date rape drug.
Like you said to me earlier, you may remember the date rape drug. Like, I mean, bro, we were warned about this. Women were warned about this. This is, you know, this is post Quaaludes, but like this was like the next step after Quaaludes, basically. They were like, oh, we can't, you know, Quaaludes are illegal now. And then basically bang. So anyway, watch the rest of this ridiculousness.
Like many other drugs, it's been found to have some therapeutic benefit in certain situations. The FDA just approving this to treat a very specific sleep condition called idiopathic hypersomnia. It comes with major risk profile, a very high potential for abuse and serious side effects, a huge price tag costing about $100,000 a year. But for some people, it may offer some therapeutic benefit, but controversial is an understatement.
You certainly don't want it to fall in the wrong hands.
Oh, God, bro.
So
help us all.
GHB, for those that aren't familiar,
you might be a little younger. You might not have grew up in the era where it was,
you know, around as much, but it was the #1 drug used for date raping. It was named the date rape drug, you know, so it's not like Quaaludes where people used it for that sometimes. And they also, you know, got high with it. It was predominantly used in nightclubs to drug women. And I'm sure men. I'm sure a couple men caught it up the booty hole, maybe got some AIDS or something.
Yeah, and for sure they had GHB. You know what they're doing? You know what this is, brother? This is when
my bad.
It's when I said it's when Big Pharma brings out whatever drug, right? Doesn't matter what it is. They always find or say another use, right? Like I know that the age drug, it also works on your hair. On like people balding, so they rebrand it. It's just like anything else. They rebrand it and push it back out for different things. So now they're trying to push it for what is this shit? Sleep apnea? I mean, I never even heard of this, dude. This is like some new idiopathic hypersomnia. Like it's like they just made that up. They just made that up, man. You know what I mean? They just sat around and were like, call it this. And we can repump all that. You know, they probably got this stuff sitting in warehouses and silos somewhere, bro. You know, by the millions of pills, man. You know, and 100,000 a year, my man. I mean, that's expensive. That means insurance probably doesn't pay for it. That's going to be just cash, bro. Cash. You know, this is cash.
And it means that only wealthy people will be able to afford it, right? Which therefore means that if it does fall into the wrong hands, as with almost anything else, there'll be some type of classism involved or racism involved because of economic differences. Yeah, you know what I mean? So like on so many levels.